Just my name is Siska Delvia. I'm from class 1C Farmasi. Here I will read The Boy and the King and People of the Trans Ashab ul-Ukhdud. Suhaib ibn Sina reported that the messenger of Allah, there lived a king Yusuf was before you in the Yemen, and he lived about 70 years before the birth of the messenger of Allah. And he had a magician. As the magician grew old, he said to the king, I have become old and my time is nearly over. So send me a boy whom I can teach magic. So they sent him a boy, Abdullah ibn Tamir, and the magician taught him a magic. On his way to the magician, the young man up a mountain sitting there and listened to his tale and was impressed by it. It became his habit then that on his way to the magician he met the monster there, so he whistled in coming to the magician, who beat him because of the delay. The young boy made in complaint about it to the monk said, when you feel afraid, a magician says, my people kept me busy. And when you feel afraid of your family, say to them, the magician keep me busy. In once happens, the trap come a hook beast of prey, and it blocked the way of the people. The young boy said, I shall find out today whether the magician or the monk is correct. He shall find out today whether the magician or the monk is correct in real life. He fixed up a stone and said, O Allah, if the teaching of the monk are there to you, that's the teaching of the magician. Bring that to these animals so that the people will be able to move about freely. He threw that stone towards in a killed it, and the people began to move about on the foot freely. The young man came to that monk and informed him. The monk said, my son, today you are superior to me. Your affairs have reached a stage where I think that you will soon be put to the test, and in that case don't reveal my identity. The young man began to treat the blind and those suffering from leprosy, and began to cure people of illness. There was a courtier of the king who had become blind, and the hair about to the boy. He became and brought a number of gifts for the boy and said, if you cure me, all these things collected together here will be yours. He said, I myself do not cure anyone. It is Allah who cures. If you a friend fight in Allah, it shall also supplies Allah to carry you. He affirmed his faith in Allah, and Allah cured him. He came to the king and sat by his side as he sat to sheep before. The king said to him, "Woe, restore your essing." He said, "My lord, the king asked." I did. The courtier said, "No, my lord and your lord Allah." The king said, "Do you have another lord beside me?" He said, "Yes, your lord and my lord is Allah." Whereupon the king took hold of him and tortured him until he revealed the identity of boy. The young man was to someone, and the king said to him, boy, it has been conveyed to me that you have become so talented in your magic that you cure the blind and so suffering from leprosy, and you do suck and such thing." Trifon, he said, "I do not care anyone. It is Allah who cares." The king took hold of him and began to torture him. So he revealed the identity of the moon. The moon walks to Samnet, and it was said to him, "Turn back from your religion." He, however, refused to do so. King ordered a sign to be brought, and was placed in the middle of his head, and it fell apart. Then the courtier of the king was brought, and it was said to him, "Turn back from your religion," but he refused to do so. The death same was done with him as well. Then the young boy was brought, and it was said to him, "Turn back from your religion." He refused to do so, and was handed over to a group of his courtiers. He said to him, "Take him to such and such mountain, make him climb that mountain, and when you reach its top, ask him to give up his fight, but if he refuses to do so, throw him down the mountain." So they took him and made him climb the mountain. The boy cried, "Allah save me from them in any way. You will." The mountain began to quake, and they all fell down. The boy came walking back to the king. The king said to him, "What has happened to your companion?" He said, "Allah has saved me from them." He again handed him to some of his courtiers and said, "Take him and carry him away in a small boat, and when you reach the middle of the ocean, ask him to give up his religion. But if he does not give up his religion, throw him into the water." So they took him, and the boy prayed, Allah save me from him and what they want to do." It was not long before the boat overturned, and they were drowned. But he came walking back to the king. The king said to him, "What has happened to your companions?" He said, Allah has saved me from him. He also said to the king, "You cannot kill me until I tell you how to do." He asked, "What is that?" The boy said, "You shall gather people on a vine and hug me by the trunk of a tree. Then take an arrow from the quiver and say, 'In the name of Allah, the Lord of the worlds.' Then shoot an arrow. If you do that, you will be able to kill me." So he did this, and placing an arrow in the bow, he shot it, saying, "Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Lord of the young boy." The arrow hit the boy in the temple, and the boy fled his hand over the arrow wound and died. The people proclaimed, "We ever outfight in the lore of this young man." The courtiers came to the king and in wise said to him, "Do you see what has happened? That which you feared has taken place. That fair fight is in the Lord." So he ordered that the stage to be dug at the entrances to the road, and it was done. And fires were kindled in them. Then the king said, "Whoever abounds his legislation, let him go, and whoever does not, throw him into the fire." The people cursed that but did not refuse their fight from Allah until a woman came with her baby, whom she was breastfeeding. She felt hesitant about jumping into the fire. The baby spoke to her, "Be patient, mother, for verily you are following the truth." Muslim and Imam Ahmad records it. According to some reports, about more than 12 dozen people were burned into ashes. After that, the fire flared up so that it spread out wildly through the city and burned all those who were watching the fun of burning the Muslim. Only Yusuf bin Nuwas, the king, managed to run away and throw himself into the sea in order to save himself from the wreck of the fire. But he got drowned and died. Tafsir Mazahari. It was about the Nawas and his army that Allah referred to his messenger PBUH in Surah nomor X5 Al-Buruj. The references is made to this incident. The Holy Quran. Cursed were the people of the trance, the people of the flight that was rich with full, when they were sitting by it, and were watching what they were doing with the believers. And they had blamed them for nothing but that they believed in Allah, the Almighty, the Word of all praise, the one to whom belong the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. And Allah is witness over everything. Surely those who persecute the believing man and the believing woman, then did not return. For them there is the torment of Jahannam, hell, and for the chair is the torment of burning. Egg fine for or 10. In a narration of Muhammad ibn Ishaq, it is reported that the place where the boy Abdul ibn Tamir was buried had to be dug up for some important reason during the time of Sayyidina Umar era. It was found that the body of Abdul ibn Tamir was unharmed and he was sitting up. His hand was placed on his hip joint. Where the arrow struck him, someone feeble moved his hand out from the flesh, and his wound started bleeding when the hand was placed back in its position. The bleeding stopped. There was a ring in his finger which had the inscription, Allahu Rabbi, Allah is my Lord. The governor of Yemen informed Sayyidina Umar era about this, and he walked back in roughly, covered the body back as it was with his finger ring. Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Thank you.